Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Katie and today I'm participating in the Bluebird Art Challenge by Dena Tollefson. The criteria for this challenge was to do either a bird or something with the blue colour scheme, and I found a way of managing to fit in both. Before we fully get started, if you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course feel free to check out all the other videos that I've put on my channel too. So let's get cracking, shall we? So I decided to use a peacock as a blue bird for this challenge because they have the most amazing plumage, don't they? I decided again to go for another Art Nouveau style and had more of a motif feel to it rather than going for any kind of realism here. I actually got quite technical when I sketched it all out. I used the ruler and I used this really old pair of compasses that I bought off eBay, and they're quite old. I'm not sure how old they are, but you can't get leads to fit them anymore. Old. I measured certain distances from the centre of each circle and ended up creating this motif, and I really like doing these. These remind me again of the old style I used to work in. I should go back to that sometimes. The paints I've used are Daniel Smith, and I've used a combination of granulating and non-granulating paints to get some really nice background texture on the go. I wanted quite subdued and muted colours for the background because I really want to make the blues pop and the other colours that are also involved on a peacock. Now obviously a peacock kind of fits the criteria of a bluebird, and watching Dena's video with her talking about the wild turkeys, well, we kind of don't really have them in the UK, but we do have wild peacocks that wander around. I do believe they were introduced many years ago and seem to be doing okay. In fact, where I go for life drawing, I've not seen one, but you can definitely hear one, and when the class finishes it's usually about 9:30 p.m. for the class I go to. Every now and then, just as I'm packing everything into the car, I'll jump out of my skin because I can hear one calling, and it's just not what I expect at 9:30 in the evening, especially when it's dark. Apparently as well, although I've not been witness to it, but apparently sometimes when spring is in the air, you could say, there's a certain peacock in the little village that kind of causes a bit of a ruckus, according to the local newspapers anyway. However, I'm getting a little off subject here. A peacock just seemed absolutely ideal, and they're an incredibly handsome bird, and I love the fact that I could just let the paint flow and bloom for his tail feathers. And yes, the majority of the bird is blue, but you really do have all of those other gorgeous colours in there. Now, another reason why I added the circles in the background is because the tail feathers on the peacock have been painted in incredibly loosely, and the formation of how I've got the circles is, you could say, an inspiration to the peacock feather designs with the eyes. I kind of wanted that to resemble those a little, but again it's very abstracted from what it would originally look like. And of course the pose that the peacock is in at the moment, he's not got his tail feathers fanned out, he's just sort of perched on one of the rings of the circles and is in a relaxed form. Now, to add a little additional sparkle to this, or at least I thought I was to begin with, I actually decided to try out some metallic black ink that I'd got. It's got flecks of gold in there, and on very flat paper it looks nice. However, on Archie's watercolour paper doesn't quite show up so well, especially with having all the colours beneath it, so I do actually end up going around all of that again. But hey, at least I tried, and I at least know that maybe thick textured watercolour paper probably isn't the best for it, not for these inks anyway. I was really excited when Dena announced this challenge, and I will leave a link to her channel in my description, so please, if you've not seen her channel before, please go and check it out. Her artwork is fantastic, and she's got some really great tips on colour theory as well as application of paint. However, I've digressed a little there. I was really excited when it came up. It seemed like a long time ago since the last one, but they are quite regular, and this is my third challenge that I've participated in. And yeah, it was just really nice to have something that takes me away from what I normally do, and it's great to just step away from the usual comfort zone you fall into and try something new and try a challenge. And I really appreciate these challenges that pop up, and I really enjoy doing them, and I look forward to the next one. So yeah, I think I just needed to say that. I decided to add a little bit more sparkle, since as the shimmery black ink let me down. So I use the Kansai PEACOCKY Gems watercolour paints alongside the Van Gogh interference and metallic paints, and I just added subtle flecks here and there within the peacock's tail. I pooled it on and then applied another colour and another colour to try and make the colours bloom within one another, and I just added a few details here and there. I also applied gold to the hoops, and again, that's just something that when the light catches it, it just looks really nice and gorgeous and very peacocky. Can peacocky be a term? That's an interesting one. Let me know in the comments below. So what I'd like to ask is, because again this is quite, I usually have a ring or a circle in the background of a lot of characters or things that I draw, but would you like to see more of this style come back? Let me know in the comments, because I'd like to know. I appreciate all feedback I get from you guys, and it really does mean a lot to me when you go out of your way to comment, and I always try and comment back. So yeah, if you want to see a little bit more of this style incorporated into my artwork and my videos, let me know, and I can do a few things there. So just to add the finishing touches, and because I like to go around things more than once, I decided to go around with a slightly thicker liner pen just for the more pronounced areas, and I just like how it's just made it pop that little bit more. It's added a little bit more contrast to those metallics, and I am really pleased with how this has turned out. Just look at that, a nice subtle sparkle. I want to say a massive thank you for watching, and a huge thank you to Dena Tollefson for setting this challenge. I really enjoyed this challenge, and I really like how my piece turned out too. If you're new here, why not hit that subscribe and notifications button so you don't miss out, and of course if you enjoyed it, give me a good old thumbs up. And I'll see you all on the next video. Bye!